Okay? Okay. To everything there is a season. The glitter and chaos of the holidays have passed. Another candle has been lit and extinguished on my Christmas birthday cake, and I've turned my calendar to the first page of a new year. Introspection and projection seem inevitable at this time of the year, although these days I measure my life less and less by years and more by relationships made and lost. There's never enough time to make all your wishes before you blow out the candles on your cake, so mine are usually global, continuing good health for all and peace for the world. Here's what I would have wished had the candles burned longer, and they burn longer every year. There are more of them. I want to continue to warm myself in the glow of my family's love, but not to depend on it for my only source of heat. I want to still dare to risk, to expose my vulnerability by reaching out to make new friends. I want to be able to reminisce, but not to be maudlin, over times and people remembered. I want to live my life to the fullest and to continue to find each day too short to learn all the things I want to learn, to visit all the places still unexplored, and to think all the thoughts I want to think. I want to be more sensitive to those around me and less sensitive to real or imagined offenses against me. I want to accept life's joys and disappointments with the grace of a woman who is no longer defined by the opinions of others, but who finally knows her own worth. My name is Horty Decker, and I'm here today to talk to you about my experiences as an Army nurse during World War II. We treated some local injuries and set the hospital up, did lots of drilling and preparation for what we knew was coming. There was an air of expectancy all through our unit, knowing that the invasion of France was certainly coming very soon. And on the morning of D-Day, I left my hut. We had huts of 8 nurses each that were heated by a potbelly stove in the middle, but we had to go out to share a bathroom and shower facilities across the road. And that morning, very early, it was still dark, I got up to go on duty, and as I crossed the road to the bath hut, the sky was full of B-17 bombers from the 8th Air Force, which was stationed just north of us. So we knew immediately. The sky looked like the Long Island Expressway. The planes were flying wing to wing, their lights on, and we knew that this was the day that the invasion was beginning. So we were well prepared for it, because within a few hours after the invasion started, we began to receive casualties. Of course, the usual procedure for triaging casualties did not hold on D-Day. There were no station hospitals, no field hospitals over on the battlefields. There were only the medics. So all of the casualties were transferred back to England, probably on the LSTs. I'm not even sure how they did get back. But we got a wide variety of casualties, fresh wounds, within hours of the invasion. Caring for a group of my peers, 18-year-olds to 22, 23-year-olds, who were badly injured, some of them permanently disabled for life. And that was a big adjustment to make as a nurse. Every time there was a push in the battle, we would get a wave of patients. And that meant long, long hours of work, and sometimes lulls between that until the next battle. But the kinds of surgery we did were amputations, people that had had internal injuries with internal bleeding, where they had to have abdominal surgery.
Several months ago, we were honored to hold the very first live interview with one of America's most famous women. We're privileged to have her back with us tonight, so let's have a big welcome for Lady Liberty.
Hello, Barbara. Oh, Barbara, it's wonderful to be here. It's been a hectic 6 months since I was here last.
Well, when you were last here, you were just going in for surgery to repair that torn rotator cuff that you had from holding that heavy torch over your head for so many years. So how did the surgery go?
Oh, the operation went fine.
Good.
And with physiotherapy, my shoulder is back to normal.
Very good, but I notice you don't have the torch with you. Will you be holding it again?
Well, Barbara, you can't believe the attention I got after that interview. The Treasury Department has borrowed the torch. They're putting it on their new $1 bill.
Well, I'm not surprised at all the publicity you've gotten. I've been seeing you in all the newspapers. You're more popular than ever.
Barbara, I'm invited to 5 or 6 parties a week.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Not really. How much Tupperware can you use?
Well, I can see you haven't lost your New York sense of humor, but I've been getting hundreds of emails, and mostly because people want to know what's going on with these rumors about those romances. So let's hear the dirt.
Well, Barbara, I told you I'm getting a lot of attention. I've had romantic overtures from statues all over the country. You know, after 100 years in that harbor, I was ready for a little romance. I am French, after all.
True. Well, would we know any of these statues?
Well, I did have a brief romance with Atlas from Rockefeller Center.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the fellow on Fifth Avenue with the globe?
Know him well.
Well, that guy is so into bodybuilding. All he ever talked about were his pecs, his abs, his lats. I mean, I got fed up. I told him he could kiss my gluteus maximus.
Good.
How wonderful to see all of you again. I'm so sorry I was late, but I couldn't get away from my duties. It's wonderful to be back among you. And fellas, you look surprised. I guess I'm not what you expected. As you can see, I put my past life behind me.
Damn it.
No, I'm not the bimbo I was back in college. I finally found out what my problem was. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, searching your eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of, hoping to find a friend and a lover. I bless the day I discovered the place I should be, looking for love. Yeah, looking for love. Looking for love. The other little piece I have is, it's a poem that I read last year. But not only is it not memorable, most of us couldn't remember it even if we wanted to, so I'm going to read it again, and it's called, I Don't Make Resolutions Anymore. I don't make resolutions anymore. I don't have vices like I had before. My ulcer stopped by drinking. My smoking's all burned out. My dietary intake is determined by my gout. I'm tired of counting calories. The flab is here to stay. I do enough of exercise just getting through the day. My hormones are quiescent. No fantasies to fill. What once was promiscuity is now a miracle. No, I don't make resolutions anymore. I'm quite content to live life as a bore. My recollection of the years, I guess starting in about 1929, the Depression began, and the way it affected our family was my dad worked as an insurance underwriter for the New York Underwriters. They were a branch actually of the Hartford Insurance Company. And he had to take a $5 cut in pay, $5 a week. Now, it sounds like nothing, but at the time he was making $25 a week. So I guess it must have been a hardship for them, but first of all, parents very rarely discussed anything like that with their children, and we were never aware of it. It didn't seem to influence our way of life. We still continued to eat well. We still had the same sort of entertainment, since it was very low-cost entertainment. On weekends, we would visit one or the others of our grandparents. They were both within walking distance. We didn't own a car, but the one thing that I did hear later on was that my folks had been saving in a bank in Yonkers, and they had the sum of $300, and this was being saved to buy a car. And when the bank closed, they lost that $300. Nobody ever thought of doing anything but paying cash for something like a car. So that, I did remember them talking about it. Again, it didn't affect me because we never had a car, so it wasn't anything that we lost. My mother was a stay-at-home mom until a little further in the Depression. Get back to being the only Christian children in the house, I was in a position to earn some big cash during the Depression. I functioned as what we called a Shabbos girl in the Bronx. The Jewish families, the ones that observed their religion, were not allowed to put on lights or to turn on the stove anytime after sundown on Friday. So in order for them to light their apartments and to prepare their meals, they would have somebody, a Christian, come and turn on the lights for them and turn on the stove. And that was my job. I was a real entrepreneur. I had lined up 6 families, and I got 5 cents a piece from them every week. And they were so religious, I guess they gave up other things in order to continue to pay me my 5 cents. I had no mercy. It was wonderful. I felt I was quite wealthy. And besides, my sister did not do it, so that was a plus because she had nothing and I had 30 cents.
For Horty, the curtain is down and the ghost light dims for this wonderful life well lived. Horty warmed us with the glow she shed, her quick wit, her great humor, and the kindness in her blue eyes. And though we sadly shed our tears, her memory makes us quickly smile. She was a special bright light who helped us find our own ways. We can't believe she's gone now to that big stage in the sky. Any minute we expect to see her familiar figure passing by. Horty, you were certainly one of a kind, a pleasure to know for those left behind. May our love follow you on your final journey to a stage where one day we may meet again.